Greetings again, this is the third of the Baz tutorials, and today we're going to play back a Quicktime movie, as it said there in the credits. Again, just to be totally boring, I'm going to follow the directions, double clicking to make a new object, bringing up the palette once more. This time let's grab an object, as we have in the past. So we'll grab the object here, and today we're going to type in something that starts with JIT, J-I-T dot QT dot movie. There's quite a few JIT objects, as you probably saw in that list, and all of the objects that start with the word JIT, J-I-T, all of these objects deal with video in some way or another. Okay, so if we release now to create our jit.qt.movie, the first thing we might want to do is to read a movie into it, and I happen to know the name of a movie, but first let's create a message box right here. So we've got a message, and in this message box we're going to type read, which is what will read the movie from the hard drive. And there happens to be one called bball.mov in the Mac search path, which means you'll all be able to open that. Again, in the message box I typed read with a space bball, B-B-A-L-L dot movie dot mov. Okay, and if we connect the outlet of this message box to the inlet of the jit.qt.movie, we should be magically, well, if we first lock the patch so we can click on this message box. When we click the message box, we should have just read the movie in there, and we can tell it's read in there because we can hear the sound from the video. The sound, I'll just turn that off so it stops annoying you or me, or both. The sound from a QuickTime movie will play back regardless of whether the video is playing back in this object. That's an interface with the operating system that we probably don't need to get into. If we want to see the video, which will come out of here, which is, it says there when we scroll over it, matrix out, which is a what is commonly the word matrix is used to describe the video image in jitter, which is what JIT is short for jitter, in case that didn't become sort of obvious. We're going to now create a window that we can see the video in, which if we double click in the empty space again, we can bring up this thing here called a jit.p window. It's the cat with the glasses, very groovy looking cat. And we'll hook up the outlet of our jit.qt.movie to that window, to the inlet for the jit.p window. And let's, for a laugh, just to see even just a single frame of this video, let's double click in the empty space again and create a button. Why do we want a button? Because, well, jit.qt.movie only outputs video when it receives a bang. So take our button, the outlet of our button, hook it up to the inlet of our jit.qt.movie, and again, either lock the patch or hold down the command on a Mac or control on a PC, hold those down to click the button, and you'll see you're seeing single frames from that video. Assuming that you read in the right movie. Otherwise, you would see an error message in the Max window, which is what the Max window is particularly useful for. Now, instead of just banging it manually so we just get to see frames every once in a while, we're going to use a Metro object again to basically produce bangs at some regular interval. So again, double clicking in the empty space of the patcher window, we'll create an object and type in Metro given an argument after typing in the word metro, let's say 50. That means it's going to produce a bang every 50 milliseconds, which is 20 bangs per second, which should relate to 20 frames per second, which is probably roughly at what this video is running normally. So we can hook this metro up to our button, or we could have hooked it straight up to the qt.movie. Either way, it doesn't matter. This way we'll get to see the bangs. They might happen a bit too quickly. And we want something to start our metronome. In case you've forgotten what that is, a 1 will start it, and an easy way to produce a 1 or a 0 is this thing called toggle. So create yourself a toggle, take the outlet of the toggle, put it to the inlet of the metro, and now again, if I hold down the command key on my Mac or control on PC, I can just click that toggle, and now I'm seeing the frames, all of the frames. I could make this jit.p window a little bigger if I'm unlocked, if the patcher is unlocked, and I click on mouse over the right bottom side, right lower side of that window, I can drag it out to change the size of it.